Hey guys, my name is Jackson Bootsmiller. The first question you had for me is describe your coaching philosophy. My coaching philosophy is rooted in authenticity, trust, and then conscientiousness. Conscientiousness is a big one for me. My grandpa always used to say, if you're going to do something, do it right. And I think we talked about trust in our last conversation. I think building that relationship with your client is huge. Be able to trust that what I'm saying is the right thing, and then trust that they understand and are doing the right things on their own as well. So I aim to provide guidance of safe space and then open conversation for my clients. I'm big on treating everyone like a human being because that's what we are. So just being able to have that conversation and not be so robotic is huge when I'm talking to my clients. I really aim to create kind of a holistic framework for my clients that they can use in their own life. And that's not me telling them what to do. I want to work with them, educate them is a big thing, and then assist them to use whatever approach they feel is necessary, and just create that lifestyle they can use throughout their life on a daily basis. The next question is, where do you seek inspiration, and then who do you look up to in the industry? I look up to a couple different people in the industry. Obviously, I'm looking at what everyone's doing and try to pull from their practices, but there's a couple of people that I kind of specifically look to. One of those people is one of my best friends from high school. His brother is actually a personal trainer and owns his own company out in Denver, Colorado. And I actually just saw on Instagram his business was just voted one of the highest rated as far as customer satisfaction in the Denver area back-to-back years. So that's pretty cool achievement for him. Another big name that I look up to is Dr. Vonda Wright. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of her and what she's doing, but she's big with women's health and healthy aging. And she's really good at kind of bringing things back to the basics. So kind of what I was saying with my coaching philosophy. She makes it really simple, brings it back to the basics, shows you the research, and then tells you kind of how to use that in your daily life. So I kind of pull from her a little bit. I'm actually reading her book right now, so I like to kind of see what she's doing and use some of her techniques. I also get some inspiration from nonprofit organizations. What I've been following for a while is the Holistic Life Foundation. They're really big in Baltimore right now. They're actually in schools kind of showing kids how they can use mindfulness practices to kind of relax their body and their nervous system on a daily basis. And then they've been doing some really great things as far as their youth support programs. The last question is, what is the most impactful fitness/wellness moment you've experienced? I've got a couple that really stand out, and I think we talked a little bit about these during my first interview. But one of the biggest ones is we had a resident come into our community about a year and a half ago, and she started in a wheelchair. She had just fallen down a set of stairs and really messed up her shoulder, and then she had some trouble walking too. So she came in a wheelchair, started work with physical therapy, and then was working with me for a little bit before she fully transitioned to just come into classes and personal training. And she worked her way all the way back up to walking and functioning like she did before her fall. And that's a big thing, especially with those older clients. A lot of times when you experience a fall like that, you don't come back from that. So it was really cool to see her kind of build her way back up and get back to the things she liked to do. Another moment in our community, I've been working with a resident for about 2 years, ever since I started working at Grand Living. And she could hardly walk when I first started with her. She wasn't really moving a lot during the day. She's a big reader, which is great for your mind, but she wasn't really getting a lot of physical activity in. So actually the director that was ahead of me, he kind of introduced me to her on my first day, and then ever since I've been working with her. So we have gotten her upper body strength significantly increased, and then her legs as well. So like I said, she wasn't really walking before. She was using her walker and a wheelchair to get around, hardly using her walker. And now we've gotten to the point where the last couple of weeks we've started walking with a cane. So it's really been cool to see her progress over the last 2 years. And just other than that, just like how much brighter she is. Just you could see mentally as well. It's been a really impactful thing for her. So being physically healthy is one thing, but like I said, with the holistic aspect, if you can be mentally healthy and well as well, I think that speaks volumes. An ongoing impactful moment for me personally has been with my mom and dad. They have been trying to kind of lose weight for a long time. When I was a senior in high school, my dad lost 100 pounds, but he wasn't able to keep it off. So they kind of came to me last year. We've been talking about it, but finally got my mom and dad back on a fitness routine. Still kind of working through it. We've had some ups and downs, but they've stayed pretty consistent the last couple months. So my dad is down about 50 pounds, and he wants to get another 50 in the next 6 months. So still working with them. It's been really cool to see their progress. I think honestly it's been really challenging to work with my parents just because you have that relationship. So being able to do that for them and see their progress has been really cool.